Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lawrence Report. And let me just say, I just got done watching Dune 2. And there is only one word that I can think of to describe this epic movie right here. That one word for me is masterpiece. This movie right here, Dune 2, the cast, the characters, the world building, the score, the cinematography, it all left me in awe. I was completely blown away. I thought the first one was good, but the second one was even bigger, even bolder. This thing right here is a must-see film, especially if you're into sci-fi, fantasy, things of that nature right there. If you're into something like blockbusters, because this right here is basically a blockbuster. And I do believe that this film right here is going to hit more than likely $1 billion at the box office. As far as the early stages of 2024, I don't think we have seen anything that has completely blown us out of the water, that has made us want to go to the movies and just completely buy this ticket right here. We know that Deadpool is coming out later on this year. So again, in 2024, we haven't seen anything like this right here. This thing is going to be monumental at the box office. Now, before I get into the likes and dislikes of Dune 2, it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to comment as well. And now I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis of what this movie is truly about. Paul Atreides unites with Shani and the Freedmen while seeking revenge against the co-conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the universe, he must prevent a terrible future that only he can foresee. In my eyes, without a doubt, this is Denis Villeneuve's best movie to me besides Blade Runners. That was good. And of course, Dune 1 was incredible in itself. But part 2, oh my, Dune 2? Different, out of this world. Not to mention, I absolutely love the score in this right here. Shout out to Hans Zimmer himself, the GOAT, one of the best when it comes to a musical score. Absolutely incredible. And the thing about Dune 2 is, this movie right here, this franchise right here, actually, it makes you realize, how much, we actually enjoy going to the movies, right? These type of movies right here, they transport you to another world, to another universe. And while you're watching, something like Dune 2, you sit there and you're watching, you're like, wow, I wonder, how did they come up with that? How did they build that set right there? Is that CGI right there? What type of special effect is that right there? Those are all the things that ran through my mind as I was watching Dune 2. And I can say this right here, Dune 2, it gave you everything. If you are a big fan of sci-fi and space epics and things of that nature right there, this movie here gave you a little bit of everything. It gave you romance. It gave you cinematography. It gave you great score. It gave you great world building. There was so much more that this movie provided to the fans, to the audience, and it was just simply out of this world. Just simply an amazing movie that you have got to see. Now, my only dislike for this movie right here was the runtime. It was a lot. I believe it was 2 hours and 40 minutes, I believe. And it had a lot of dialogue in it. I wish that there was more fight scenes or more action into it. But that is my only two, dislikes about the movie, that it was pretty long. I feel like it could have been wrapped up within 2 hours, maybe 2 hours max. And, like I said, I just wanted a little bit more fight scenes. I believe they saved the best fight scene, without a doubt, for last. We see in Dune 2 that, Paul Atreides, he goes on this big character development, this big character journey, if you would say so. And the thing about him is, we know that he's the Messiah, and we know that that's coming up in the next movie. That'll be the next movie, which would be based off the Messiah. But, some of the people believe that he is the Messiah, but some of them don't, right? But for him, it's all about this journey of being the hero, being the king, of being the golden child, of being the one, right? And he goes along this journey. And of course, this journey would not be complete without Shani, aka Zendaya. She is trying to make sure that she plays a vital role in his life as well, having his back, and, there are strong love interests there, strong love ties there between them two right there. Timothy and Zendaya, you know, I believe that this may have been their best work of these two great young actors of our time, without a doubt. Zendaya, we know that she kills it every time on Euphoria, right? But I feel like this story right here was even more complex for her to do right here. I mean, complex in not a bad way, but more in a good way, right? I think there was a couple of challenges that she rose to the occasion in this film right here. She left me speechless the way she was delivering her lines. You can see the emotion that she had on her face, the emotion that she had on her eyes when she was constantly talking to Timothy's character as well. So again, this right here is, if not, I believe, Zendaya's best work. And the way Timothy's character, Paul Atreides, you know, he rises to the occasion, right? He knows that the world is on his shoulders and he has to deliver for these people right here. He has to be the staunch leader that he knows deep down in his heart. He knows who he is as a man, as a leader of the people. And I love the way Denis wrote and directed him. And he was moving really, really well in this film right here. He was sand walking. I love that term, sand walking right there. But again, Timothy absolutely bodied his role, killed his role again. He left in episode, not episode 1, but in Dune 1, I thought he was great. But in Dune 2, he rose and raised the bar even higher. The bar was set for him even more. And oh my God, this dude right here, besides Zendaya and Timothy, you know, Austin Butler absolutely beasted his role as Fade Rotha. Oh my God, this dude, the transformation that this dude right here went through was absolutely incredible. At the same time, this dude right here was completely scary. I would not want to have to face a fight with this guy right here. I mean, he bodied this role right here to me. Like, he was captivating the entire movie. I could not take my eyes off this guy right here. Not to mention, he was kind of scary at the same time. But man, you know, the evil persona that he played in this right here was just mind-blowing to me. And I know that I said that I wish that there was more fight scenes in this movie, right? And they did save the best for last. And this one right here was absolutely the epic battle that I was waiting for. When we saw Paul versus Fade, oh man, when they was putting on those swords or whatever, and they was going at it, that fight choreography was big time for me. I love that right there. And then when it seemed like all hope was lost, right? It seemed like Fade was getting the upper hand, right? And he was for the most part of the fight. But then, you know, Paul, you know, he looks over at Shawnee, right? And again, I spoke about earlier how Shawnee is basically the heart and soul of the film, right? And he knew that he could not let things go down the way they was going to go, right? Only one house can rule, and he wanted to be his house. And he looked over at Shawnee, and, you know, she gave him the extra hope, right? And when he finally took that final knife and stabbed it, I believe it was in his heart. I believe it was in Fade's heart, Austin Butler's character's heart. I believe that's when he stabbed it at. But anyway, when he did that right there, I said, game over. Game over. That was all I need to see. That's how I know that Paul Atreides is the man for the cause. He is the man for this mission right here. Again, Dune 2 was absolutely incredible. If you have not seen this, please go see it when it opens up, I believe, nationwide on Friday. I enjoy this right here. I'm already looking forward to Dune 3. For me, I probably would give this right here. It was a 10 for me. It was a 10 for me. My rating was a 10. Absolutely great movie. If you have not seen it, check it out. And please tell me, what was your favorite scene in Dune? For me, like I said, I think when we got to that final battle, that was my favorite scene right there. Yeah, so tell me your favorite scene in Dune. And as always, thank you for tuning in to The Lawrence Report.